Good morning. It's Monday, April 2nd. In one of our main stories today, the ramifications of the European credit crunch are really impacting production of pangasius in Vietnam. What happened is this. Last summer, a lot of European suppliers, because of the economic crisis and because of some concerns about pangasius quality and adulteration, particularly in the UK, began cutting back on their orders and in some cases withholding or delaying payment back to suppliers. And the result was that a number of Vietnamese companies that have been selling pangasius very heavily into the European market all of a sudden were not getting paid for their fish. That in turn rippled back to the farmers and the original producers who had basically extended credit to the processing plants and ended up not getting paid, in some cases, what they were owed by the processors. And this is in fact the situation which led to the court case and the current reorganization that's going on with Bin On Fish Co., which has been in our stories. So now, also in Vietnam, bank credit and lending has been tightened, and as a result, it's become harder for fish processors to get working capital loans that would then allow them to advance money to farmers. And the net result has been a negative domino effect, causing further and further decreases in production, as neither the processors themselves can get the money nor the farmers can invest in upgrading production of catfish. So some of the companies have laid off workers. A number of companies have closed. Production in the story that we're running today in one province is running at about 25% of what it might be at other times. And all of this can be traced back to the credit crunch in Europe. This is significant because other high-end, other seafood items can also be impacted by credit markets. And many people forget that in fact, in order for somebody to buy fish in quantity like a lobster, something like that, there has to be somebody else willing to finance that. And in Europe, we've seen in the lobster industry as well that lack of credit has led to a slowdown. So it's a real risk factor to keep it in mind when we look at the sense of economic health that we're seeing in the seafood industry in the U.S. In Lexington, Mass., this is John Sack.